Hello everyone to a brand new video by me, DavDav Building. I really liked the YouTuber Arrowhead V5 and I saw his video on the Arrowhead V4, which I thought was a cool idea, but I didn't like how he went about building the actual base. So I wanted to put my own spin on it, and of course, you know me by now, I floor stacked it. This base, if you see it, is obviously a lot smaller than his design, so there isn't really a point in comparing them head to head. Okay, let's begin with the tour. In the front we have a normal airlock, to the left we have a Dropbox room using reinforced glass window. Following the path of doors, we reach a floor stacked square where we store our furnaces. Going into the core, on the right we see our workbench level 3 loot room, which is heavily inspired by the version Iris used in this video. To the left we have another simple loot room. Behind the first window we have another vending machine as well as a small box to store more loot, and behind the last window we find our TC. So now let's get into how we built this base. Like with every floor stacked base, we're going to begin by doing the floor stacking. Unlike with most bases, we're going to build out with 2 squares and then 2 triangles, because in this base, as you already saw in the tour, the TC will be inside of a triangle. Adding this little window in the early stages of Vibe may be helpful so that others can't enter your starter as easy. Now we have the starter unit of our base, which will cost us roughly 1000 wood and 1500 stone. From here on we are going to expand into the foundations that will later make up our core. This is the way that I would fill out the core once you have all the necessary items. Once you can afford it, of course use garage doors. Beginning our honeycomb, the first thing that we need to do is destroying this foundation, which I misplaced earlier, because this will need to become a square. Building foundations all around the base in the most efficient way we can, up to the front, where we are adding extra triangles and squares to act as doorway and Dropbox room. In our next step, we are going to surround the entire core with extra walls. Many of you might not fully understand floor stacking yet, because I'm getting a lot of questions about it. This is why I'm taking this time to explain it. This base will start showing decay. This base will start showing upkeep and building privilege once you build out these walls that will connect the inner with the outer foundations, because walls, unlike foundations and floors, will carry the upkeep. In the next step I would build out the entrance so that we can enter and leave the base safely. This also gives us the added benefit of visibility using window frames. I like using window frames over shop fronts because they are one, cheaper, and for the other time, if you pick out the window with a hammer, you can use them to shoot at people on the outside, which isn't something that shop fronts allow you. Now we should have enough resources to start upgrading different parts of our base to its final building grade, which I will do now so we can progress with the build. In here we are going to use a window frame instead of a full wall, so that we can use the triangle behind as extra loot storage for example 3 furnaces. To finish out the base we are going to add the last layer of stone walls around the base, which later can be upgraded to metal to not allow people to soft side the foundations after blowing through the stone walls. To finish out our roof, which by now is the weakness of the base, we are going to armor the first layer of it and metal everything else except the second layer foundations directly above loot, which will also become armored. Of course it wouldn't be a DavDav video if there wasn't a fail in building. These 2 window frames should become sheet metal walls, and the foundations and floor above should also become sheet metal. So now let's get into raiding the base. The cheapest way to raid this base is going to be 27 rockets. To achieve this we are going to begin by shooting 4 rockets into this window, followed by another 3 rockets for each following garage door. Opening both loot rooms, we will be at 19 rockets. To get to the TC and the vending machine, we will need to spend another 8 rockets, 4 each to blow out the 2 windows. This was the base. I tried to make this video as short as possible. Leave your feedback about that in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget, only 17% of you who are watching this video are subscribed. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Later!